I'll be reacting to Higurashi When They Cry GOU episode 9, or should I say Higurashi When They Cry ZOTSU. But Funimation's really weird when they handle their naming because they have a GOU as their first title because it's in the upper corner. Then in their smaller title, they have it as ZOTSU. So I'll just call it by both. And without further delay, I will be starting my reaction in 1, 0, go. Oh, and yes, I'm watching it from Funimation's website. Funimation, they're inconsistent naming. Okay, now he looks like he's ready to bust someone up. Which, you know what? Considering the information he has, I wouldn't blame him. I'm assuming this is one of the earlier loops because I don't think he'd be talking like that towards Satako. That's got to be it. Because even his body language is different towards oh. Whoa! Aww. Wow, what a despicable sack of shit. When it comes to the Teppy and previous loops, of course. Okay, yeah, I guess I was on the money. Whoa! Oh shit, the way she's just gleefully talking about tragedy now. I wonder if she means that in a literal sense or a figurative sense, where Satako doesn't really feel sympathy for normal humans anymore, and that's what Uamen means. Or did her body, like, physiology transform into something that isn't a human? I wonder what she means by that, or maybe it's both. Oh, man, other way, man. I love the mysteries of the series. I just wonder if they're going to be able to, like, tie up every loose end before the season ends, though. I mean, I'm assuming they might be able to, because the last I checked on my anime list, the series is, I think, going to have 2 cores, unless I'm, like, mistaken. So I guess that should be enough time. Man, the opening. It is so. Oh, it's so damn good. You know what? Whenever the full version of this comes out, I'm gonna give it a listen to. I wonder if the opening is gonna foreshadow the fact that I wonder if it's foreshadowing that Satako might come to regret some of her decisions because you see her running in a panic way, and then you see her dissipate, but then you see a hand going towards her. So I'm wondering if there's gonna be a point in time where eventually she's gonna realize that maybe the relationship she's got with Ua isn't positive and she's being utilized as a tool. I mean, that's what I'm thinking because I don't think they'd have that specific bit in the opening just for shits and giggles. Usually, when an animator has something in the opening, they usually have it brought up in a bigger way. Usually. You know, I think someone brought it up in one of the comment sections, but I actually didn't think this earlier, but maybe, yes, Margot did kind of give herself food poisoning to try to gather up sympathy. And this could all be just a 40 chest move, which, if it is, that would be utterly brilliant. Planning from Satako. What? Oh! Okay, then. No, seriously, Satako, she really studied up the wrong career. I think if she really could have wanted, She could have been the best actress in Japan by like a country mile. Like, honestly, I think she's underutilizing her Ladian's talents, if you ask me. You know, when it comes to this arc, originally I thought when it comes to Shinon, they didn't utilize her enough. I wonder if they're going to utilize her more this time by showing us more of her perspective. You know, back then I'd be like, some part of me was like, yeah, do it. Now I'm like, oh man, I want to see her. I don't want to see Teppy put into a pulp. I actually like him now. Because don't get me wrong, yes, what he did in the past loops is unforgivable. This Teppy, if we're going by a morality standpoint, is different. So even though, yes, he was announced in the previous ones, at least this loop Teppy is an upstanding individual where I don't want to see harm befall upon him. The other Teppies in the previous loops, yes, that Teppy, those Teppies can go fuck themselves. Whoa! You know, this kind of reminds me of when Satako also had the fire extinguisher when Keiichi was also almost burning down his own house. So I kind of like that little mini role that Satako has in putting out fires. It's kind of cute. I mean, hey, you know what? Nothing wrong with that. He's trying his best. That's true. They would say it'd be child endangerment. And you know what I love about what they're emphasizing? They're emphasizing that at least this loop Tepsi wants to just end things as calmly, peacefully as possible, and rationally. And you know, there'd be nothing wrong with that, but you know, things are not going to end off peacefully. Unfortunately. I wonder if that's implying that Satako, even though, yes, we know she's going to use Teppy as a tool, I wonder if there isn't some bit of her that kind of regrets it. That she's going to do something wild. Oh, well, Gravity Falls Canada. I mean, that's pretty interesting info, Gravity Falls Canada. Yeah. I mean, thank you for the info, Gravity Falls, Canada. All right, we're back to the functional, should I say, semi-functional family. Now, I'm just wondering if she's actually sleeping or pretending to sleep. Because as a taco, now I can't just take anything at face value with her anymore. I was thinking every single time she does an action now, it's to deceive something. Oh, never mind. She was legitimately asleep. I thought for a second she was only doing that to. Oh snap! She looks. She has a face of guilt there. Yeah, it's definitely looking like this is the first time we see Satako completely conflicted now because in the previous arcs in this season, we saw her go straight ahead with her actions. This is the first time we see her actually look with looks of contemplation on her face. So, I'm sort of like that development there because it's giving Satako more layers. Well, more layers than she already had because she already has a lot of layers to begin with. If we're talking about characters in the series. Oh, man. I gotta admit, it's nice seeing Keiichi's speech from the perspective of the teacher there. That's actually pretty cool. At least in that small little snippet there. Sevens and malts. Cute little aim for a shot. Damn. Talk about completely negative thoughts and so on, but then again, at least knowing enough of the small snippets of how Teppy used to be, I guess I shouldn't blame him for thinking that. If only they knew it's the polar opposite. What the fuck? He's saying he pities the talking, yet with this tone of voice, it doesn't sound like he pities her that much. Oh. And that shows you a lot because to see that Teppy would go as far as begging for something like that, especially considering the fact that Satoko's done a great job of trying to manipulate him towards the direction of thinking that everyone else in the village is a sack of shit. That's actually a lot of character development for Teppy there. I just wonder what type of story Satako's going to have in this instance. I wouldn't blame the officer. Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't blame the officer for not believing that. Oh snap! I just wonder if Tucker put anything in there to. Oh, okay. This actually puts context into at least this arc when it was by Keiichi's perspective as to why we didn't see our fellow officer that worried. Now that we get things at its full context now. Yeah, she's making that face again. Oh snap! Is she starting? Oh, whoa! Hold the fuck up. Yo, is there a chance she might actually be possessed by one occasions? Because when she started talking, it sounded like again she might have had doubts of what she's doing, but then afterwards she instantly thinks of it. Then her eyes just start glowing red. I wonder if one of that possibility actually exists. The thing is far away from medicine, but I do like the sarcasm. Well, now the question's going to be, oh no. Never mind. I guess this does come from that it's Sataka doing it of her own complete free will, 100%. But I wouldn't be surprised though if it still was somewhat, I don't know if I should say manipulating Sataka towards a certain direction. Oh man. Every single time Stucco pulls off an act like that, it's either get a chuckle out of it or frighten, just a boat, or even both sometimes. Mm. And this arc finally did it. It finally was the year. I mean, not year. It's finally been the arc where I actually like Oshi now, which when the series started out, I didn't think I'd ever say that, but somehow the series is pulling it off. I didn't have the best of impressions on Oshi or Teppy when the series started, but now it's like a polar opposite. Gotta give the series credit for that. Hmm. Oh snap! Can't wait to see his warp perspective now. Pretty reasonable action there. Hmm. Oh, it's not. But the thing is, though, it's just amazing seeing the top of a little, I wouldn't say war. Just no, I kind of yeah. You could say it's a like the little prop. Oh, just a little bit of propaganda from Satako just completely warps the whole perspective of the whole thing because it's like not too long ago, Oshi was fully convinced that the very least Tappy was a better upstanding individual, and due to the injection, it's crazy. It's just how instantaneous the effects are in just a small bit of time. Oh, jeez! I feel sorry for whoever has to clean that. Oh, this son of a. I mean, I guess I can't call him a son of a bitch because, again, it's probably the injection that made him inclined of lying and wrecking shit up, though. Hmm. Oh, man. I can never get used to characters just scratching themselves to the point where they cause themselves to either be bruised up or bullet coming out from their necks. And I honestly feel so bad for Teppy because it's like he's really trying his best to become a better individual, and just seeing like this shit he can even do framed upon him, honestly, it hurts a little bit. Wait, it's a oh man, great episode though. But damn it, I really wish these were like hour episodes long. But hey, you know what? I guess there is a positive in it being 20 minutes because the positive in it being 20 minutes is, I guess it does give animators more time to do episodes. And plus, most animes are like 24 minutes long, so I guess why go start changing things that have worked for decades? But damn it, though, when you have cliffhangers that good, I can't help but think, fuck conventionality. Please just let the episodes be an hour. I mean, an hour long. You know, y'all can't blame me for thinking like that. But overall, though, I'm gonna give this one an 8.5 out of 10 because here you do see legitimate, even more legitimate character development from Teppy. I mean, to the point where he's actually begging Officer Oshi, a guy who's arrested him multiple times, is impressive. And not just that, but given the fact that he's contemplating whether some of the stuff he's being told from Satako is actually true or not, is nice because it shows you Teppy is smart. But since he has that emotional baggage, well, not emotional baggage, but since he's got the whole checkered past of treating Satako like less than optimally in the past, he is going to be more inclined of believing Satako, despite some of the information bits from Satako being shown off to not be 100 entirely percent true. And that's what I love about this episode too, because it's showing us in just a small amount of time just how destructive all Satako's lies are. And that was before she did the injection on Oishi. Now with the injection, it's going to be even more so. And I can't even say I'm excited to see all the chaos next week because I don't want to see Tappy or any of our boys suffer, but we know it's going to happen, unfortunately. It ain't going to be fun to watch. I should say more of next week. I'm curious to see what's going to happen next. There you go. But that's where I got to give the series credit, too. Now, aside from that, there were other things I loved aside from what I did with Teppy. I love the some nuances with Satako because you actually do see, at least in small bits, it didn't say it through any inner monologue because it didn't need to, but you could see that Satako was actually kind of guilty. You could tell just by her face, it seemed like she actually was contemplating whether the actions that she was doing were optimal or not. But at the end of the day, you see she's still determined towards her main goal of convincing Rika to stay. And I love how you can just infer all that by the way she was emoting, because the instant her eyes glow red, you can tell that, yeah, she might have been contemplating things a bit, but not for too long. And that's what I love too, because I think it makes Satako a layered character, because even though, yes, you didn't have much way in the bit of character development for Satako, you really didn't need it because you could infer a lot just by her facial expression. So I love that too. And that wasn't the only bit I loved about this episode. It actually really elevated Oshio a lot to massive degrees, because he actually, even though, yes, his history with Teppy hasn't been good, I love how here he actually was doing his best about Satako and Teppy, or at least before he got injected. And that's the type of stuff I love to see, because it also thinks it makes Oshii a deeper character too, seeing moments where he does have genuine concern and where he does genuinely try his best to help someone out. I think that's really commendable. That's why I thought the character writing in the episode was great. Yeah, that actually might happen, Gravity Falls. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if our Satako just screws things over and ends up making some kind of crazy loop that doesn't have Rika by pure accident, you know? It wouldn't surprise him one bit, Gravity Falls Canada. Don't get me wrong, I would love the series to have a happy ending, but with all that's been shown off, ain't gonna have one at all. I'm fully expecting a sad, depressing ending at this rate, and you know what? As long as they execute it properly, I'll welcome it with open arms. I'll still hope for a happy ending, but I'm a realist. This series has taught me that hoping for happy endings in this series, it ain't gonna freaking happen. Hey, one can dream, right? But yeah, that's what I thought the story bits were great, because even though, yes, you didn't get major plot related stuff happening in every single bit, it didn't need to, because this episode was more character focused on giving us Oishi, Satako, and Teppy character development, where it didn't need to have massive plot related events happening every single bit. So even though, yes, the pacing was a bit slower than usual, I didn't feel the slowness, because the characterization is much more important in episodes like this. And plus, it looks like all the epic plot related stuff is going to happen on the next episode. So that's why I thought the script was great. Naturally, the visual quality was good, while not as pretty as some of the previous episodes. And then it looked bad. It got the job done still. The voice performances were great. And that's why, if I had to rate this episode, I got to rationalize it as an 8.5 out of 10 score, because it did that. It was that well done. But anyways, right before I go, let me just say thank you very much to Gravity Falls Canada for commenting on the live chat. And thank you very much, everyone else, for watching my video. Hope y'all rate the video, share it, comment, or subscribe. And I'll see y'all later if you come back for more, because I'll be reacting to the next episode next week for sure. But anyways, y'all, thank you very much for watching my video, and have a fantastic day, everyone. And also thank you very much, Gravity Falls Canada, for commenting on the live chat. Bye-bye, everyone.